Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. For today's video, it's going to be quite a chilled sit down video, and I'm going to be talking to you about my experience with feeling stupid in school. And I actually wanted to make this video when I was doing my Leaving Cert, and I made a video quite similar to it. Let me just get that one up there. Yes, I did. I actually haven't looked at this video in a while, but it's just basically called Dear SEC, School Makes Me Feel Stupid, and it actually got 1,000 views, which is crazy. So I thought I was gonna do a video actually fully talking about that, because it's something I've struggled with a lot. And I did put up a thing on my Instagram where I asked if people would like me to address certain things, and I'm gonna read those out now. I think I had 4 people respond to me. So basically, if you want to follow me, please do follow me. My Instagram is @FionaMcNamaraXX, and you can be involved in these videos as well. So the first person said, would teachers make you feel stupid? They always made me feel stupid, and I'll touch on that as well. Someone said, because everything is decided by tests and not everyone is test smart. Exactly. Someone said, getting in trouble for not understanding the homework in secondary school. Yes. And then the last person said, oh, I definitely feel that most of the time. It's a barrier you have to slowly get across. I think that's all. Yeah, you have to get across sometimes. So yeah, that's what everybody said, so I'm going to hit on all of that. If you're new here, like I said, please subscribe, please follow my social medias, and give it a massive thumbs up as well if you want to. So I'm going to get right into the video. So I did my Leaving Cert 2 years ago, so I'm in my first year of college, because I did a level 5 last year, and I'm in my first year of college this year, and I love it. But that's a story for another day. So I found secondary school really, really difficult. I am someone who's academically gifted in the slightest. I still struggle with a lot. I have dyslexia in maths. Oh, someone's calling me. Hello? Is it? Oh, I'm in the middle of filming. Oh. Sorry guys. What was I saying? Yeah, so I've always really struggled with my I have dyslexia in maths, so I've really struggled academically. My IQ was quite low, just to put that out there, and I always felt like it really defined me. So in school, what I had a huge issue with was that everything is like academic. So when I was in first year, we had to do 12 subjects for Leaving Cert, which is first of all insane. I think the most main subjects was obviously Irish, maths, French, English, business, music, religion was one. I'm missing a lot. Geography, history, just those. And like the subjects that I really found hard was the academic, and science, the academic ones. So the ones I struggled with most was maths, science, Irish, French, business. I hated them. They were the 5 I absolutely dreaded and hated. So I think as well, through my whole 6 years of secondary school, because I did all 6 years because I did TY, I found that it was really difficult, that a lot of the time I really made myself feel bad about things, because I would sit in the class and judge myself or compare myself to everyone else in the class, and all I could see was all these incredibly naturally gifted, bright people always doing really well in tests, and I was so jealous. I was sitting there just looking at other people wishing, why can't I be like you? Naturally, I'm someone who works really hard when it comes to things, and I would work so hard but I would still not do that well. It wouldn't, how hard I worked, it would never be a reflection of how I actually the work I put in would never be reflected on the piece of paper by the result. That's how I always felt. And that's really hard to sit in a classroom for 6 years and make yourself feel like that. I found school difficult anyway, because first of all, I said in a video I did get bullied a little bit, and I had really bad anxiety going through secondary school, and that mixed with feeling absolutely useless in a classroom didn't help anything, and it was just not nice. And I know so many other people felt the same, but at the time I made myself feel like I was the only person who actually felt like that. And I was so shy. I didn't really reach out at first. I didn't really tell teachers I was struggling. I kind of just did it all on my own. I went home and I tried so hard to learn the content that was there. I had no interest in it, I wasn't passionate about it, and it didn't come easy to me. Like, I really had to work, but yet it was never reflected. And that's a huge issue I have, because my argument is, why is one form of learning only being taught? That's what really pissed me off. Like, why am I being judged on a form of learning that I'm not good at, whereas someone in my class could be having all A's? That's what I always found really difficult, because I'm not stupid. Like, I'm stupid when it comes to like academic stuff, but I'm not a stupid person, you know. And just because my way of learning isn't being tested, or my intelligence isn't being tested, doesn't mean that I'm stupid. Because if it was the other way around and another form of intelligence was tested, then I would be the smart one. So that's just what I've come to realise as well. Sorry, again, this is just a fresh kind of something I'm filming because I'm passionate about. I haven't really don't have notes with me for the first time in a long time. I'm just going off my head. But as well, I really struggled. Like, in first year, I really didn't think I was going to make it to the end of sixth year, because genuinely I felt so stupid in all of my classes. Even the subjects I was good at, like English and history, I love both. Sometimes my grades weren't reflected either. Like, I remember coming up to my junior cert, having my English teacher telling me to drop down to pass was awful, because English is my favourite subject. So for her to say that to me was really hurtful at the time, because I was working really hard. So I didn't drop down to pass, and I ended up getting a B in my junior cert, which I was delighted with, and then I ended up getting a H1 in my leaving cert. So, you know, that's just, again, a side note. Don't let someone tell you you're not good enough. You've got to prove yourself if you feel comfortable doing that. Anyway, sorry, got off topic there. But as well, I think it's just like sitting in a class feeling so shit because you don't feel smart. And as the first person said there, the first person that I read out the response, would teachers make you feel stupid? They always made me feel stupid. Oh yeah, teachers were one of the main causes. I'm not throwing shade at any of my teachers, but not that they'll be watching this, but they were the main cause of what made me feel stupid. I think some teachers need to change the way they do things. I remember certain examples, especially in the subjects I hated. I was always put on the spot and kind of just made feel stupid on, like, as a show kind of. And I don't think that's very nice. It's not a nice feeling, and I don't think teachers actually think that much about how that can affect the person. Yeah, so teachers definitely made me feel stupid, and there are some teachers I hated because of that. Not that they were a bad person or a bad teacher, but because I knew I was going to be put on the spot in that class and I was going to be embarrassed. So my advice to anyone who's got a teacher like that is, maybe if you try and talk to them about it. I never did, because I can't really, say that I did, because I never did, because I had no confidence to. If you try and talk to them about it and just say, hey, like, I'm struggling with your subject, and if you feel comfortable doing that, like, there's no guarantee that it'll work, but I feel like if they're more aware of how you feel and how much it's upsetting you, then they should change it. And if they don't, well, then they're a bad person. I'm not saying that they completely ignore you in class, because obviously student participation is important, but they just aren't so tough on you as well. So that's just how I think. Sorry, my throat is blocked. But yeah, like, I think as well, teachers, I'm going to make a whole video on teachers in secondary school. I know that's going to sound like really harsh, but I just want to make just a video to talk about teachers in secondary school, because I've had some teachers I absolutely loved and some teachers I really didn't like for various different reasons. And it's not just about the personal, it's not going to be a negative video, it's just about the way they treated their students sometimes. And yeah, if anyone is interested in that, maybe I shouldn't do that, but okay, so yeah, so the next one there is, because everything is decided by tests and not everyone is test smart. Exactly. So as well, like, the issue that I have with tests is not only the content of the test, it's also actually being able to remember it. Like, someone told me, like, in a year's time, or even a few months after your leaving cert, would you be able to sit your exam again? No, because you wouldn't remember. Like, you're not going to remember all of the stuff. You might remember parts of it, but not enough to finish an exam. So where like the test is for a moment of time that you remember, and then the information is useless because you don't remember it. So I just don't see what the point is in that personally. Like, I just don't see the point. Like, intelligence or testing should be something that we can have for life, and things that we know all the time. And again, like this guy said, not everybody is test smart. Like, and I think the way that secondary schools or the education system is, it's paving the way for this one type of student and the rest suffer. That's just the way I see it. You can argue with me there if you want, but I just feel like it's paving the way for the people who are academically smart, and any person who's not as academically smart is going to struggle a lot more. Getting in trouble for not understanding the homework in secondary school. Oh yeah, that's definitely true. There's been loads of times I've gotten in trouble for not understanding the homework. This was always maths homework. Like I said, I have dyslexia in maths, and I genuinely could never do it. Like, I would try so hard to sit down to try and do it, and I could never do it. And sometimes I didn't do it because I could not physically do it, like, and I did get in trouble, like, why didn't you try put something down on the paper? And I'm like, I really don't know how to do it. And I think as well, there's a difference between students who just don't bother, and there's a difference between students who do try but genuinely can't do it. And I think it's for the teacher to differentiate which is which. And it goes all across the board. Like, if you've got a student working hard, always in school, or always participant in class, or not even in that subject but in all the other subjects, then there must be something wrong. And I think that needs to be addressed as well, instead of looking over it and presuming the worst. Yeah, and the next was just then a reflection on it. So yeah, that's how I felt. Like, I always felt really stupid in secondary school, and this went all the way up to my leaving cert. Like, I wouldn't wish that feeling on my worst enemy, to be honest with you, because sitting in a class feeling like you're the most stupid person there, like, no matter how hard you try, it'll never be good enough, is genuinely horrible. And I know I don't want to come across negative in this video, but that's how I felt. And I didn't talk to anyone about it because I just felt, I suppose, thick. And I really, really think it's a horrible place to be. And that's what I love about college, is we're all doing something that we're remotely interested in, and when you've got that interest and passion for something, it's going to be different. And that's what I do like about college, because it's like, I chose this, so I'm interested in it. Whereas in secondary school, you're forced to do subjects that you don't even give a fuck about, and forced to do subjects you'll never touch again. And I just don't see the point. Like, I don't see the point. Like that ones that might suit a certain type of student and a certain brain, but that's not going to suit someone else, and I think that's unfair. So I don't know what needs to be done there. But yeah, how I got through it, I think, was that I just kind of had to keep reminding myself that I'm working as hard as I can. I'm intelligent in many other ways, and I had to give myself praise. Like, I worked hard, and even though I was sitting down to study and everything looked all jumbled in my head and it made no sense, I really did give it my best shot. And I think you've got to hold yourself to that. You've got to praise yourself, because even if you're finding it really hard and you're working really hard, then that's going to show for something. So if anyone's watching this and they felt like they're stupid in school and that they can't get through it, I just want to say that please know that you're not alone, because so many people do go through this first off. And just give it your best shot. And if you've got a teacher maybe that you feel comfortable talking to about it, please do, because if they know that you're struggling, they might help a bit more. And yeah, and I just wanted to make this video again because yesterday I kind of just was looking back through some of my notes or my memories on Snapchat. And there's I found a couple of pictures of me crying in secondary school, and the caption was like, oh, I'm so stupid and stuff, crying in the bathroom. And it just kind of brought me back into this frame of mind of how stressful school was, how stressful the Leaving Cert was for me, because I've kind of forgotten now. I forget what it was like, but that just brought me back into the same feeling. And it's not nice, and it really wasn't nice. Even to be brought back into that yesterday, it was not nice. Yeah, I wouldn't wish it on anyone, like I said already, but genuinely, all you can do is do your best and try and talk to someone about it. I didn't really talk about it as much as I should have, just because I didn't really feel comfortable and I was struggling a lot with my anxiety, but now I definitely would. So if you're someone who does feel stupid in school, like I said, please try and talk to someone about it, and hopefully you can get the help and support that you need. But if you don't, I think a way of, it's kind of like changing your mindset. And I know I say this a lot, but like, know that you are intelligent in other ways, and just because your way of intelligence isn't being tested does not mean you're stupid. We've got so many people who drop out of school, or, and I'm not just telling anyone to drop out of school, but people who drop out of school are people who fail exams, who do so well later in life because they have that hard work and dedication there. So don't let your grade in school, your exams define you, because you're worth so much more than that and you have more potential. The Leaving Cert, or where, if you're watching this somewhere else, A-levels or GCSEs or whatever, or finals, just know that it's not your it's not the end of the road, it's just the start. You know, there's so, like I said earlier in this video, I did a level 5, best year of my life, just absolutely loved it. Now I'm in college, so just try and get through it. And if you ever want to message me about anything, please do. And I think it's just realising that school isn't the be all and end all, and there is a life after it. Like I said, I completely have forgotten about the pain I used to feel sitting in a class not understanding anything. I completely forgotten about that, because now I'm interested in what I'm doing, and now I don't question my intelligence every day because I can't understand algebra or like Krebs cycle or whatever. Like, I know that my intelligence is in another way. So I did kind of ramble through that, but I did want to say that because just for anyone struggling, because I know Christmas is a really hard time with deadlines and assignments and exams coming up, so I just wanted to make a video on that. So thank you so much for listening. This is all I have to say, and if you want me to make more videos about secondary school, please let me know, or else is this kind of annoying or whatever. I'll see you very soon with another video, hopefully next week, and hopefully I'll get this up today. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the support as well, and stay tuned for Christmas giveaway as well. So I'll see you very soon. Lots of love. Bye.